All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here. We're live. We're live streaming for you guys. We're keeping the Stoke alive. We're congregating. Fuck this isolation. We're here. We're doing this. This is what it is. So anyways, anyone's got questions, put them in the chat box over there. If you're on a desktop, PC, or a tablet, if you're on your phone, it'll appear at the very bottom of this. If you guys want a super chat, we've definitely got a few things on the wheel. I got some prizes. You could win a date with Vanessa Tracey because some asshole broke up with her right before having to go into isolation. That dude would have been knocking her bottom out left and right. Anyways, doesn't really matter. It's another day. There will be a new top 5. I'm dropping it later tonight. Just doing things differently, trying out different time ranges and stuff just to see how things do. If you want a good laugh, I did drop a review of a shitty board today, so you can go pick on that company. That's there. Also, as everyone knows, we're all pretty much in isolation, so nothing fucking matters. No, joking about that. Next week, because we've done live streams all this week, I think next week we might try to do a morning show for you guys. Kevin and I are still kind of talking out a few things, and I think he might actually be in the chat or getting into the chat here in a few minutes. I actually talked to him. Kevin is alive. He's not dead, so there's that for you guys. Salt Lake had a 5.7 magnitude earthquake. I talked to creepy superfan Alan Russell. He is alive. He's waiting on the power to be returned, and then he will return to the internet. I think maybe next week I'll do a call with him on a live stream so that you guys can hear the wonderful world of Alan. Yeah. So anyways, there's that. But next week we're thinking morning show, maybe like 10:30 Mountain Standard Time. Be a little more laid back or a little more different than this. I wouldn't be on the couch. I might actually be weeding vinyl on all the die cuts for all the sticker packs that keep freaking getting won. I'm going to run out of stickers at some point. I know I am. And I have like 5,000 stickers. So it's crazy. Anyways, all right. Let's dive into some questions. Oh, actually, before we dive into questions, here's the rules. Here's the rules of Super Chat. Anyone that Super Chats gets a spin of the wheel today. You can win stickers. You can win a sticker pack. You could win a date with Vanessa Tracey. Once we're out of sticker packs or Vanessa tells me to stop telling people to slide into her DMs, we'll be done. But for right now, that's how it's going to go. And we're going to get into these questions right here. I see there's a few of them. All right. Let's see what we got here. Board through the pin. I love my Nike snowboard boots. Ew, fucking garbage. It's a shame they got discontinued. Do you think it's because their sizing was off? No, it's because their boots were fucking shit and they didn't make any goddamn money. You sink $20 million in, you better see at least a $40 million return on investment or more. They came into it for the wrong reasons. They built shitty-ass boots with fucking cardboard in them. I love my boots. They're so soft and cushy and they flex so good. Yeah. They smell like ass because they were made with fucking cardboard. Fuck Nike. Fuck Adidas. Who gives a shit? They're all out of snowboarding now. Raul Duke, he wants a spin of the wheel and he wants to win that powder racer in the back there. Let's see what we got here for you, Raul. Lose a turn. I know you want to lose a turn. You get to ask another question. All right. Okay, let's see what we got going on. Does anyone even know if Vanessa Tracey is in the chat yet? I'm worried about her. All right. She was having a rough day yesterday. Ooh, Davey Two Shoes. Who would you rather have on your quarantine? Lou Bega or Scatman John? I want Scatman because he's the Scatman. All right. Dominique Perry. He wants a spin of the wheel. Woo! You get a sticker pack. All right, Dom, shoot me an email, info@angrysnowboarder with a screenshot of this, and we will go from there. Rezra, give me a rant. There's no rants on here today. We removed the rant. You can either get a story, sticker packs, sticker, or a date with Vanessa Tracey, or I get to drink water. Sticker pack. All right, that is off the board now. The 2 sticker packs are out. Rezra, shoot me an email, info@angrysnowboarder. Take a screenshot of this. I will get those in the mail tonight. I'm mailing out a whole bunch of stuff for you guys. So, yeah. And there you go. We got a question here from Alex Salvatore. Love your channel. What are your thoughts on DWR? Good idea for hoodies, or is it snake oil? DWR actually works. I mean, it's not going to work in a torrential downpour, but you're out there in the, like, you know, early season snow or whatever, and sunny spring day, they work. I have a bunch of DWR stuff. It's phenomenal. So DWR is not snake oil. Okay. Vanessa Tracey's in here. She was out splitting today, boys. She can't wait for her date. And just so everyone knows, if this is a legitimate thing, I will send her a gift card. So when you guys meet up, it's something is on me. I don't know how much the gift card will be for. We'll see where my finances are, even if I'm just paying for the first drink. But someone's getting a friggin' gift card for this. Marco purchase. He wants the spin. Here we go. Well, this is a good spin, guys. This thing's going. This is going. Hopefully everyone is still self-quarantining, washing their hands, washing their ass, washing their hands after washing their ass, and not touching their face. Don't touch your face after you touched your ass. It would be really bad. That's just good life advice right there. Ooh. Oh. Win a date with Vanessa, Marco. You got this. Leave that up to you two. John Grum wants the spin. All right. This thing is fucking going today. And maybe I will put a snowboard on the wheel. You never know what I'm going to put on the wheel. It changes from day to day. Ask another question if anyone wants to do that. I'm going to take a few questions and then we'll go back to the super chat. All right. Pedro Schnorr, yo man, shoutouts from Vancouver, British Columbia. Not exactly a question, but I'd be pretty cool if you did a video with tips on storage for your gear during the off season. I guess unfortunately it's time to do that. That might be something I do next week. You never know what I'm going to do. This week you guys got all top fives. I think next week we're going to go back to just the Wednesday schedule of a top five, just because mentally it's fucking draining and whatnot. Jesus, my phone's fucking blowing up. Everyone's checking on me all at once when they know I'm live streaming. Those assholes. People care about me. It's horrible. But no, next week, going to try to work on some videos. I've got a podcast that we're sitting on, so I'll drop the segments from it. We recorded that on the 14th or 14th, something like that. So this was before everything went into full shutdown and whatnot, unfortunately. So yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately, that's where we're at. Let's see. Okay. Moss2K, Avern, do you have any merchandise in Europe? I don't have any stores selling it in Europe, but we do ship to Europe when we do merchandise drops. Right now, the only things on the store that are available are stickers or sticker packs, if you feel inclined to do that. I am still shipping that stuff out. My post office is open, so I'm shipping that out. We were going to do a limited run of mystery boxes right now, or well, we were before all this happened. I'm still reevaluating. I'm probably like a week or two away from getting in and cataloging everything we have, but I probably put some stuff up. The other thing that Kevin and I talked about is we're thinking of offering personalized gear advice on there, if this is something you might be interested. We were thinking $20 for one-on-one time with either of us, and that way we'll answer all your gear questions nonstop, whatever. It'll probably be via email, maybe Skype, I'm not sure. And then I was thinking of doing boot fitting advice customized for everyone, and that would probably be about $50, just because that's more time intensive, and that would be a video chat person to person, going over everything and kind of showing you and talking you through anything customizations you have to do. So if that's something you guys would be interested in, that's what we've got. Otherwise, right now it's just stickers on the store. Let's see. Caravan, how do I know when I'm good enough to go out of bounds? When you're confident enough that you don't have to ask that question. That kind of answers your own question. I mean, it's how it should go. Okay. Also, Vanessa, how are you doing? Let me know down there. I'm worried about you. I don't know how your DMs were doing yesterday, but I'm pretty sure you got blown up. Water bottle, I see you got one of the new spring brakes behind you. Does that mean you got the Pow Twin by chance? I did not get the Pow Twin. This is the only one they sent. What we were going to do was they sent me 6 boards, Capita Spring Break sent me 6 boards. I was going to ride them, review them, box them back up, ship them back, and then they were going to send me another shipment of like 6 to 8 boards. And that's probably not happening now. So we're going to take this day by day. Okay. But I know some of you guys keep joking about me putting a board on the wheel. I'm looking into possibly doing something like that. It'll be really unique, and I think what we're trying to figure out the logistics rather than just one spin and someone gets it and they paid $2 and they won it. I'm thinking more like it would be like win a raffle ticket, which I got to look into the legalities because I don't want to get shut down on YouTube for this. But it might be like for every person that super chats that day, they get, they get put on a wheel, and then we do like groups of, because I think there's so there's 8. So I would do groups of 8, and maybe spin twice per group. Then do it. But I would do this all live for you guys. But there is an idea to do it. I got to talk with one of my local board shops and just see what we can come up with. But there is an idea down the road to do a board giveaway or something on the wheel. So that's keep you guys sane, keep the Stoke alive. So we're gonna do that. I know I'm getting some super chats here, and just so everyone knows, Alan Russell is in the super chat. He's really upset that Kevin didn't take him to MXPX. So, okay. So, we got Davey Two Shoes with the spin. He's trying to hook his wife up with Vanessa Tracey. I think he just wants Vanessa to teach his wife how to snowboard. Ask another question. And then we got one more super chat here from Tim Lee. He wants the spinorama. Oh, yeah, it's spinning. We got a good spin on that one. Man, I really want a big wheel. I want like just a monster wheel with like 50 things on it. It'd be hilarious. Oh, you got nothing on that one. That one's already gone. The sticker packs are already gone. Holy shit, we got 3 moderators all at the same time. All right, Michael Kulig. Averin, have you checked out Light on Shredbots? If not, the drone work alone is worth it, and they strap Roman candles to it. Shred Attack Drone. I haven't. I'm going to try to maybe do a top 5 videos that are on YouTube, Amazon, whatever. I'm working on projects over here. I'm also kind of mentally taxed because there's this like level of paranoia that I'm going to die because I'm immunosuppressed or compromised. Not immunosuppressed. I'm compromised. There's a difference. Suppression means drugs. Compromise means you lost organs. So yeah. Dan Rao, you should make angry snowboarder leashes. Why? So you guys can all autoerotic asphyxiate yourselves with them? There's no reason to have a leash on your snowboard. You got 2 of them on your front foot. It's called a toe strap and a heel strap. Fuck leashes. Fuck them. Vanessa Tracey wants everyone to know her direct messages on Instagram were very underwhelming yesterday. You boys are blowing it with Vanessa Tracey here. You can slide into her DMs at VCard with 3 Ds. VCARDDD on Instagram. Do it. Really disappointed. Okay. Human Rationally. Thoughts on buying boots online? The closest shop is 3 hours away. Make sure they have a good return policy. If they do. That is the big thing with buying online. Also, if you haven't watched the Boot Fitting 101 series, go in there. There's how boots should fit and how to size. and kind of guesstimate how you need to size your boot. And if you have a good idea of it and you take the risk out of it, and trust me, right now, no one's doing boot fitting for you guys at all. So you're kind of up on your own on this one with what to do with getting boots. But right now, sales are starting to kick off. Jack Ripper wants a spin of the wheel. All right, buddy, here you go. We're spinning that wheel. We're spinning it. Whew. Who's getting hypnotized right now? Look at that. Look at that. It's spinning. You guys are loving every minute of this, aren't you? Aren't you? You are. I know you are. I know you are. Also, if anyone has questions for Kevin, feel free to pop them over in the chat. Ask another question. Wah, wah, wah. All right. Alan Russell. Hey, Aaron, I swear to God, if my house shakes again, I'm going to lose my shit. I may even start being nice to Kevin. Well, if your house shakes, wouldn't that shake you, and then that would loosen your shit, and then you would lose your shit because it's loose, and your butthole would just give out, and it would shit. So theoretically, another earthquake would cause that. But yeah. Let's see. WTF, how do I get to Super Chat? I'm a Patreon subscriber. So Super Chat is located in the chat box, depending what feature you're on. If you're on desktop, iPad or tablet or phone, it shows up at the bottom under the description. On tablet, it should be on the right or below it, depending on if you're vertical or horizontal. On the computer, it will be on the right side. Basically, there's that little cash icon right next to the emoji icon or the smiley face one. You click that, that turns on Super Chat. That's how you go. Flowjob wants a rant on Jonathan Buckhouse. We're not doing rants today. It's Wednesday. We're keeping it mellow. But you do get a spin of the wheel. So, you know, there you go. So it's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Oh, you got nothing. Tom T with the Super Chat. I think he just really wants this question answered, so we'll do that. You once recommended me a Never Summer Revolver R, so that was 10 years ago, probably. It was great fun and easy ride for sure. New board with similar feel, but every spec upgraded. You want to go to... So that's a wide, so everything upgraded. You're probably looking at a TRS from LibTech. That would be the closest one to, that would be the next logical upgrade to that. Or maybe even a GNU Rider's Choice that I think about, which would actually have a better side cut to it. So, yeah. And it wouldn't be as fucking hooky as that new bullshit Never Summer's doing. Matt Collier's asking Kevin, hey, have you guys seen this year's Ravine yet? Any changes? So there's 3 Ravines actually this year. There's like 3, right? I think there's 3 because there's like the Ravine Plus or something. Then there's the regular Ravine. There's the women's Ravine, and I think there might be another one. Doesn't matter. When I swap out these boards later in the week, you'll start to see some Rome boards up there. I've got a few sitting in the car, so I'm going to drag them out of the car and use them as backdrops. Jack Ripper, what signal boards did you get to demo? Just that WoW that we did the review on. That's the only thing we got. Obviously, at this point, I don't think we're going to be getting anything from them right now. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what? Did we get a porn bot in here? Oh, man. And everyone's asking if I KY jellied the wheel. No, I spit lubed it. Just it's the only way to do it. Actually, it doesn't need a new bearing. What it is this thing was cheap. I bought it for like $9, and it's a hunk of shit. And it's doing it. Doesn't matter. One cold frog and I, once the quarantine is over, will be building the wheel of snowboarding misfortune. And every day it spins, you will learn the lessons from within. All right. Jackie Greenhog, you should make Angry Snowboarder stomp pads or socks. I looked into the stomp pad thing, but they always end up looking like shit. Socks is something that we're actually actively pursuing. I need to sit down. There's a way for me to work with one of my print shops to do drop shipping through the web store. And if I can do that, I will try to set that up. And that way, if anyone wants to buy stuff, and I will not be hosing you guys on costs or anything like that. I'm not going to be doing these stupid bullshit Teespring shirts that you see at the bottom of some other YouTubers' videos that are just ass garbage with boxy ass cuts. Like, I'm going to use legitimate good product, and you're going to get what you pay for. So, and yeah. Ooh, Gene Graves, what's the best sparkling CBD? Black cherry. I hate black cherry in general. It's not mine. I like the lemonade because it actually tastes like lemon lime slice from the 1980s. That's my favorite. The ginger ale is good though if you got like a sore throat or you like ginger ale. I haven't tried the cola because cola usually eats a hole in my stomach. So, yeah. Okay, we got Elvin's Son, Angry Lumberjack. I think we're all about the new War Orca. That's going to be the new board that I make. The War Orca. All right, Alvin, what'd you get? Oh, man, you got nothing on that spin. All right. Switch flip. I want mod privileges. And I want a hand job from a hot chick right now, but it's not going to happen. So there. Okay. Jack Ripper, what are your first impressions of that Marhar board with the crazy nose? So I rode that. I got that into about, maybe it was like 5-6 inches of pow on top of really like frozen chunder. The camber profile doesn't fit that board, so it's reversed with camber. What that board realistically needs is they need to put their version of camber, like what they put on the Lumberjack X or the Dark Side on it, and set it more back towards the tail so it's a directional camber. So that way when you load it, the nose will elevate a little bit more. Also, the contact points, like the traditional contact points, are fucking aggressive on that thing. Like, they're so aggressive, but with that camber profile, you're steering underfoot. So when you get it on edge is the only time that, like, really get it on edge is when they grip. It's not the best. It's not the worst thing that they've ever made. It's not the best thing that they've ever made. Nate's still trying to dial that in. And by the way, I actually talked to Nate today. They're going to stop production in the factory because things are getting sketchy over in Michigan and start going into lockdown. But they're going to be doing some stuff on their website. You know, they want people to know they can still do customs if need be. So, you know, if you guys are thinking about getting a custom board, support them, support Wired Snowboard. Also, anyone that's looking for backcountry equipment right now, my local shop, Gravity, GRAVITEE.com. They're selling online. They're shipping. If you're local to the county, they'll do local pickup for you. But they have a ton of backcountry stuff. Or if you want to pow surf, they have pow surfers. And they've also got those Vans Sorel-style boots, which I own a pair, fucking phenomenal, for pow surfing. So if you want to give them you could check out gravity.com, 2 E's, no Y. Or you could go to undergroundsnowboards.com. They are selling their demo boards for around $200. Some of them were probably ridden less than 5 times. They look brand new. So those guys are trying to do something in the wake of everything. If you are looking, I mean, these are great deals on stuff. So definitely give them a shot and check it out. Okay. I got WTF with the super chat. Okay. I'm going to give you a spin too because I can. Oh shit, it broke. Fucking thing flew. Told you this thing was cheap. Thing's got a case of intergalactic space herpes. Ugh. Oh shit, that screw is loose. Let's see. Okay, well, all right, that's weird. We'll give you another spin. You get a date with Vanessa Tracey if you want it. Vanessa, hit him up. Okay, so he's got a question, and it's a legit one. Would you rather ride a 2005 high-end board or a 2020 cheap board for a week? 2005 should have had the K2 jib pan, and if that's the case, let me see. No, wait, that might have been right before it came out. I'm trying to think. No, the jib pan didn't exist in 05. That's right. So no, I would rather take a low-end board from right now. And I know exactly probably which board I would grab. It would be the K2 ray gun. So there you go. Okay. Okay, Brandon Adkins rode the Jigsaw this season and loved it based off your recommendation. I'm on all-mountain freestyle, not too much in the park. Should I upgrade to the HD or not? I go back and forth on this. Like, the HD is super aggressive. If you want something that's more all-mountain but not going to be super stiff and really fuck with your legs, you'd probably be better off if you stick with Rosnell going to the 1LF, or you could pick up like this year's Angus because they're going to be on sale. They discontinue it next year and replace it with a board called the Juggernaut, which is stiff. Or if you wait till next year, there's a new board coming out called the Revenant from Rosnell, and that would be the logical progression for what you're doing, in my opinion. It's actually better than the 1LF. In my opinion, it just rides so much better. So that's what I would look at. Otherwise, if you want to look at some other boards, Yes Typo, Ride Algorithm, those would be two right there that I think. Or you might even like a GNU Hyper Keyarv, or maybe even a GNU Anti-Gravity. So, yeah. Michael Strobel, Angry, have you checked out Phantom Split Boards? Riding touring hard boots with springs for the flex of the boot is great. You want to ride hard boots, that's skiing. This is Angry Snowboarder, not Angry Skier. I own Angry Skier. Angry Skier just sits parked. Yeah. Okay, Legendary Steve, I want to buy my first power board for next season. Any recommendations? Might take it out to Japan. Yes, I'm going to give you my top choices of power boards because you didn't give me enough information to go with here. But number 1, Endeavor Archetype. Number 2, Telos Backslash. Number 3, K2 Cool Beam. Number 4, I'm going to throw out the Wired Vantage because that way you can get the bonus of actually riding on a groomer if you want to. Number 5, Niche Maelstrom. There you go. There's 5 boards for you right there to check out. Honestly, everyone should be looking at the Niche Maelstrom because that thing is a fucking underrated gem of a board. So, Adrian Ellis, can we get Marcus from Ask a Black Snowboarder as a guest on one of your podcasts? Probably. He's just sitting around in Portland playing golf every day, doing nothing right now. He's got shit going on. He's off work for the next 2 weeks. So, yeah. Okay. Chico Dergage, favorite free ride bindings. It's the favorite binding that I ride for everything. It is the the Rome Black Label bindings. I have 3 pairs of them. I use them for everything. That is my go-to binding now. All right. This is a good question. Human rationally, good places to be a snow carny. Next year, the sky is going to be the limit because they're probably not going to have enough people to staff because everyone's going to be paranoid. But I think realistically, if you can get to a resort that is mildly destination, like, it's a little further out, there's not a lot of people, that's going to give you more time to ride because that's the big thing with being a snow carny. When you become a snow carny, the resort owns you. If you come and work at Breck, Vail, Keystone, any of those places, they fucking own you and they're going to work you and you're not going to get to ride. But like you go further out or a small place like A Basin, like those types of resorts, you're going to get more ride time. And the whole thing about being a snow carny is to optimize ride time so that you're out there, getting to experience it, getting to ride more, but you're still getting paid and you're living at like that base level where you got staff housing for cheap or free. You got a paycheck coming in. You're getting hooked up with food and you're out there riding every day. And you want to use that snow carny platform to get you established in the town. If you're going to stay, use it as a jumping off point to make friends with the locals and really get yourself entrenched so that you can get a job away from being a snow carny that's more evening night so you can ride every day. That's a big thing. Okay. Okay, Tom T's getting a spin of the wheel. Oh, story time. Story time with Uncle Averin. All right, I got a good one, and it actually involves Marcus from Ask a Black Snowboarder, but he's also got a serious question, so we're going to answer the question first. Ongoing calisthenics stretch routine or pause? No, stretch every day. I did 20 minutes of yoga today. I used my perfect pull-up bar, did some pull-ups and push-ups, and some lower stomach crunches. I'm stay active, people. Don't turn into fat, lardy blobs. Like, this is going to affect you next year if you can't do this. I'm probably going to try to put some exercise videos together that people can do around the house to help them. like I said, I'm trying to come up with content for you guys, and I have like lists of stuff, but I'm also like in this weird depression mode in my head, and that's none of you guys are going to fix that. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's probably more due to the head injuries than anything. I'm just in a weird depressive state. So I'm in a mood. I don't get out of bed till like 11 in the morning every day, which is not healthy for me. I need to get up and be active. So yeah, but promise you guys a story. So back in the day, this would have been 2002. Marcus qualified for USASA Nationals at Sunday River, Maine. And he qualified in our area as number 1 and for his age division. I think this was the last time he did an age division, then he went to open class. But anyways, at the time, he had these braids with beads in them. And he looked gangster with them. He did. And his mom used to be a hairstylist, just so everyone knows. So Carla used to be a hairstylist. So we're going to Sunday River, and I was like, Carla, I need a haircut before we go. And Marcus is like, you should get a mullet. And I was like, yeah, I should get a well-coiffed mullet as a joke. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, you want steps in the side? I was like, yeah, we'll do steps. So she cut this mullet. I mean, I looked like Sean William Scott from Old School, the guy with the trank gun, the animal wrangler. I had that mullet. That's what I had. It was like kind of a cross between that and the MacGyver mullet. And she shaved the lines inside. So we're leaving, and as we go on the drive out, we stopped at a store and we bought tapes. That's how long ago this was. It was tapes because the car had a tape player. And I remember buying Judas Priest's Greatest Hits. Or maybe it was, no, The Vault was the Def Leppard album we bought. But I bought the Judas Priest album. So we're driving into Maine, and it's in fucking bumfuck Maine. We're staying in Bethel, Maine, and fucking bumfuck. But we have to go up and register him. And so Breaking the Law is playing as loud as we can as we pull in, and there's one fucking parking spot like right in front. And I am not the best at parallel parking. I will not deny this. He starts seeing people he knows, so I got him out the window. He's super like goggle tanned. He's got his braids and his beads are flapping. And I'm gunning the Subaru, and I crank the wheel and pull the e-brake and just J-turn right into this parking spot. And he's like screaming, and all these moms, Midwest moms and shit are like, oh my God! And get out, and I got like this fucking mullet thing going on. And I'm just like, I'm just looking like a fucking slob, mind you. I was pretty fat too at the time. I was like 230 pounds. So I was pretty fucking fat. And I get out, and like, car's still just blaring fucking Judas Priest, like nothing's going on. And we just sort of get out, front row parking. Marcus and I look at everyone. Everyone's just mortified by us. And I was like, all right, let's go register. And like we go in. Somehow, I don't know how, but we totally scammed them out of a couple $100 that I was supposed to pay for coaching fees and bullshit. USASA can suck a fart out of my ass. They're never getting money from me. But we go in, and like, first off, I'm not going to lie, Marcus was the only black kid out of like 1,200 kids. So that's fucking really weird right there, because he is the pepper and the salt shaker. But even weirder is his handler, loose term, because I was the adult supervision, because I should never be adult supervision around a child. Because at the time, I think he was like 14 or 15. Anyways, the amount of people that kept looking at us, but the best was all the moms would be like, oh, who's your kid? And I was like, oh, that's my son right there. And they'd be looking at me and looking at him and looking at me. And realizing the age difference was there, I was like, I had him really young. I had him when I was 12. And they're like sitting there, and we were just fucking with me. And the whole week, we went with him looking like, he looked like he fell out of like an NWA video. And I looked like I belonged like in a damn Yankees music video. And it was fucking hilarious. We did this. This went on for like a whole week. So yeah, there's your story. Okay. Brian Mullane, why do K2 boards consistently look better than everything else out there? Killer top sheets. It's that clear coat that they put on there with that hybrid taper. So that's that cap construction on there. So it just, everything looks better. It's also a quality control issue. And the fact that the K2 factory, I mean, they've been making K2's equipment since 99. So 21 years of, you have most of the same people working in that factory, and their kids are working there. You have generational labor working there and stuff. So it's a quality control issue, as well as a design and aesthetic look with it. Plus, I think they choose a really good color palette to do everything so that the colors don't look like they ran or anything. Okay. This is just a good public service announcement from NDS Rocks One. Don't forget your Kegel exercises. That's right, boys. Don't forget your Kegel exercises. Got to keep those munts in shape. All right. Cy Voigt. Any way to relieve knee pain? I've tried changing my stance a couple times and it won't go away. I also can't legally use CBD because I'm only 16. So after snowboarding, what you want to do is ice. 2 ice packs on your knees, lean back, kind of elevate them a little bit, about 12, 15 minutes like that on both knees. Just do that. Then after you've done that, let them warm up a little bit and then do some stretches. You really want to keep stretching. Make sure you're keeping that flexibility. Then after that, you can always do ibuprofen. I mean, that's fine if you want to. Any of those NSAID reliefs. Pain relievers will work since you obviously can't do CBD. Also, you can always soak in a tub with Epsom salts too. At the age of 16, like your body's still growing. When I was your age, I used to get a lot of knee pains after snowboarding and stuff, and a lot of that was either it was muscle and bone issue just from things growing and building muscle and shit like that. Like, you know, you just want to keep an eye on that too. But stretching before you snowboard, after you snowboard, icing your knee packs, maybe pop an ibuprofen before you ride. That could all help you. Jeff DeMoose 776. What brands of snowboarding socks are good? I really like Stinky Socks personally as a brand, a small little brand, but Smartwool is good. Vans actually has some good ones. The Burton stuff is pretty solid. What else am I using right now? I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much what I'm using is Smartwool, Vans, and Stinky Socks. Those are like my 3 top choices. Jackie Greenhog, ever rode a Burton Deep Thinker? I think I got 1 lap on it once, so it wasn't enough to really review it. Okay. Hydra 13. Hi, Avern. It's me again. About the Captain Warp Speed. What would you advise for bindings? I think if you go Union, you probably want to go Atlas, maybe Falcor, or what's that one that's like the super team version of that? If not, I think on that board, a Nitro Phantom Carver would be a really spectacular binding on that, or even a Now Drive. Those would be the bindings I would probably look at right off the top of my head. Anton Svendlin. Hey, have you guys ever heard of Vermont Snowboards? I have. I actually talked to them about trying to get some stuff. It just sort of fell through a couple years ago. Unfortunately, they have some really cool shapes, and I like what the brand is doing with their boards. Their bindings are kind of lackluster. Same thing with their boots. Yeah. Man, I think I'm running out of questions here. I'm scrolling high. Michael Anderson, can we spin the wheel to be a moderator? I'm jealous. Maybe down the road we'll put that option in, but my luck, it'd be a fake L Stacker account. He'd come in and kick all you guys out and create a whole shitload of work for me. So for now, we're gonna just keep the moderators with who they are. So yeah. Nick West, hey Avran, do the mannequins have names? If not, spin the wheel to name them. So That's Chadwick von Chaddington from Chadstein the Third, DDS Esquire. Stacy. That's all you get. You get Chadwick and Stacy. I gave them frat people names. All right. Joseph Morel, Captain Mercury 2021. The artwork looks great, and that board will ride great. The Mercury is a fucking phenomenal board, everyone. Okay. Sean Grom, I have a 19 Solomon Assassin, and the top sheet seems really weak. Could the cork rails help cause this, or is it just a defect? I don't like those cork rails. Like, there's just something about them that I don't trust them. I just don't trust that stuff. They like flex too much. I've also noticed like the edges for real hard jib riders tend to crack more with that cork in there. So it definitely could be something to consider. All right. Okay. Got a super chat from Tom T. Spin and give my prize to Vanessa. Need sleep now. All right, Tom, here we go. All right, Vanessa wins a sticker. So Vanessa, hit me up, info@angrysnowboarder, or slide into my DMs on Instagram. Just give me your address, and I'll throw that sticker in the mail tonight. Okay. Jimmy81R, what's the best way to detune your edges for rails without completely screwing up the board for carving? So just out at the contact point, you want to keep it light, maybe 3 to 5 passes on the file just to take the bite off, but make sure that it still has some grip in there as well. Don't touch anything between the feet. You might hook up on it and die. You might not, but it's going to really teach you edge control. Matthew Evely, a simulator powder performance. It's okay. It's not the best. It'll get the job done. I mean, if you're riding lower angle pow, it's fine. Trees, it's fine. Steeper stuff without a lot in there. But if you're trying to get like massive float on a 2+ foot day, not going to be the best even if you set it back. That camber profile is going to fight you, even though the tips will still elevate a little bit. Okay. Michael Nyblom. So, everyone, when will you release your yoga exercise videos? I'm waiting on my mankini to show up before I do it. I'm an influencer. Influencers have to have a mankini when they do their yoga poses with the sun setting in the background so that they can get their likes and comments and shares. And, you know, I got to put my pimply ass out there for you guys. And yes, my ass has pimples. Dominique Perry, what bindings are comparable to the Union Forces? So I would go with the K2 formulas, the fix, was it the Truce? I think it's the Truce from Fix. I can't think. It's the Truce. Maybe the Magnum, but I think it's the Truce. The Ride EX, the Rome DOD, the Burton Cartel. I feel like, is it the GS from Flux? And I think that, and then from now, it would probably be the Brigade or the IPO, somewhere in there. Benjamin Gove, yo, just bought a Spring Break Slush Slasher to add to the quiver. Thanks to the live stream a couple days ago. Well, welcome to the fucking Party Boy fan club, buddy. You're in. So, yeah. V West, any suggestions for a free ride board that I can take through tight trees but still has enough tail on it to land drops and is wide enough for a size 12 boot, 185 pounds? I would probably go with the Jones Flagship wide in that scenario right there. I think that would probably be the number one I would recommend, depending at 185 pounds. I think because, yeah, that would be like, was it the 61 or 62 that I think they have? It would give you a few options in there, but I think the Flagship would be that. Ian Sutcliffe, what's the most affordable avalanche beacon? I believe that is the was it the BCA Tracker 3, I think? Because I think they discontinued the Tracker 2. If it's still the Tracker 2, then I think that's it, because I think that's like $199 to $250, but I think the Tracker 3 is what replaced it, and that is $299, $350, somewhere in there. Don't quote me on these prices, because it's kind of out of my element. I'm not really a backcountry guy. I've kind of phased myself away from that. I don't want to be an expert in that. Like, I really don't want to be the guy recommending that. It's so out of my scope. I mean, honestly, like, you'd be better off hopping on Instagram and talking to my friend AJ Apposito, and I think his Instagram is just at AJ Apposito, but he works for North Face. He's a big backcountry guy. He's a G. He's the guy to talk to, not me. I'm awful with backcountry equipment. That's just not me, you know? Okay. Anonymous K, in Japan, Niseko is still open, but pretty much no one but locals left, so most of the seasonal workers got the boot. Fucking party laps, baby. You should actually be self-quarantining, or at least avoiding people. Just make sure you're always washing your hands and wipe your gloves down at the end of the day with alcohol wipes, because I don't know how long, like leather and material like that, coronavirus can live on that surface, but reading how it can live on certain surfaces for up to 3 days, probably in case you're touching stuff, you want to do that. So Benjamin Gov, Rome SDS till I die. Black label worth it. And you get a spin of the wheel, bud. Lose a turn. Honestly, I think for most people, the black label is probably too much binding for them, especially at that $550 price tag. They can get away with a katana and get the same thing without that high back on there. I got those because it was like, when I find a binding I like and I know I like it, I don't want to fuck around with anything else. And with K2 discontinuing flat binding, so everything has a 3-degree cant in it, I need something with 0 canting, and with the Rome bindings they can do it. Otherwise, I think a katana would fill the void, or fit perfectly for most everyone else out there, especially if you got a slush slasher. Katana would be solid. So yeah. MPIC00, just tried the Burton Malavita wing tips at the end of this year. Have you ever tried them? I felt they had amazing response. I have, and you're correct. They do have an amazing response for what they are. So yeah. Wonton, what online website is good that ships international? I think some places ship international depending on their user agreement. You kind of have to check, like Evo, some stuff they will ship, some stuff they won't. Backcountry, it's the same thing. I think if you're over in Europe, you got to look at, was it Snowboard Asylum? Is it the Freeze shop? No, Freeze went out of business. No, Freeze didn't go out of business. There's that. There's like Warehouse One. There's a few. Usually I try to put like the affiliates we have for Europe. I have them usually in the description of these videos. I put them up after the videos are over. So yeah. Let's see. Josh Warinsky, have you tested any 2021 bindings? I've tested one pair. I'll show them to you. Borealis Snowboards sent me their binding. It's a cheap knockoff binding with parts from other bindings. The toe ramp flad, the piece that locks it in, is this little flap right here. And I completely, utterly destroyed it to the point when I was riding it, the toe ramp was sliding up and down as I would make turns. It's a very cheap binding. So that's pretty much it. I've got 3 or 4 pairs of Rome bindings sitting in the back of the car that I was going to test. But obviously, so testing, we're here live streaming. But there's 132 of you guys watching. This has been growing every day. I love the fact that this is growing. So you guys need to tell your friends if they want some consistency in their life this week. They're getting a live stream. Saturday, there won't be a live stream. I'm taking Saturday as a personal day for me. And I'm going to reevaluate if I'm going to start again Sunday through Friday. But next week, there will be more live streams. But there's not going to be a top 5 every day. I think you're going to get a top 5 on Wednesday, and that'll probably be it for next week. But I got other content I'm working on. And today's top 5 will come out after this video after we get done with this live stream. I've got to finish. I got to film it, upload it, edit it, and then upload it again to YouTube, and then I'll make it live. So you guys will get that. But it is top 5 for big-footed riders today. PSA from Patrick Knoll. Volcom uploaded a bunch of movies to their Instagram today. What's everyone's favorite snowboarding movie? So you guys can chat about that, their favorite snowboarding movies. But by and large, there are a lot of snowboard movies actually on Amazon Prime, I discovered today. If you actually go to Prime, just type snowboarding, then click Prime exclusive or just Prime, the free ones. There's a ton. Like Dark Matter is on there right now, but Higher, Further, the Jeremy Jones movies are on there. Some of the Red Bull movies are on there. Some of the Ammo Film movies are on there. There's even some of the Japanese like Gentum Company movies are on there, so you could watch that. Elad, what's up with that super babe snowboarding chick Vanessa Tracey? We're trying to get her shacked up. I don't even know if she's still in the chat, but hopefully she is. This whole live stream is for Vanessa Tracey's love life right now. We're trying to get her over her breakup from yesterday because the guy's a douche canoe. Okay. A Wigwa for size 8.5 ride fused boot. Should I go with the small, medium arbor bindings or the next size up? Seems like the boot sole is pretty small. You want the small, medium with that arbor. You do. If you were like a 9.95, then I would say you'd be on the cusp of going to the next one. But at an 8.5, you want the small, medium. Ryan C., thoughts on hiking abandoned ski resorts? There's probably no one there. A lot of self-isolation out there. You don't have to worry about anyone really being out there. I'd say go out, explore, take a camera with you, get some photos in you, have some fun, be safe. Be safe. That's the big thing. Okay. S2000 guy, I suck. And the end of this season was supposed to be my breakthrough. I blame this virus for the reason I'm not progressing. I blame yourself for you not progressing. Weak people make excuses that don't involve themselves. You're better than that. It's you. You're afraid to push yourself. That day we rode, you didn't even want to go in Peace Park. I made you do it, and then you said it was the best thing you ever did. So it's you, not this virus. The cool beanster. I know these days people say weight is the only thing that matters for board length, but what about the location of your center of mass with regards to how tall you are? Also stance width. The bigger thing with stance width and weight distribution is where it sits on that side cut more than anything. If you go off, most people are actually riding reference stance or slightly around there. There's still some wackadoodles out there that are just fucking cranking out like a 25-inch stance for whatever reason, probably because they hate their knees. But weight is really the determining factor when it comes down to choosing your board length, because your height, here's the big thing about height. Like, how big is your inseam? I have a 33 inseam, but if someone's the same height as me, but they've only got a 31 inseam, it's going to change a lot of different things. I always look at where the flex points are with the camber, as well as how they match up to the side cut. So you can see how it actually engages and how everything kind of works on there. But your weight will always be a determining factor. I'm proud of this one right here from Skirt Skirt. Listening to this while skinning up Deer Valley. When you get to the top of Deer Valley, I want you to shit on one of their lifts. Shit all over it. Just shit on it. So when they reopen, they got a turd they got to clean up. Fuck them. Fuck Deer Valley. But I'm proud that you're listening to this. Thank you for tuning in. Keith Eridge. GNU Gremlin review. Is anyone snowboarding still? That ain't happening, bud. Until the resorts reopen reviews, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm in full isolation mode. I am immunocompromised. I have to take this very seriously. I hope all of you are taking this very seriously. If you're not taking this seriously, please go watch the State of the Shred season live stream from this weekend. You will then understand why we need to take this seriously. John Saunders, watched Shred Ahead snowboarding last night. Great to see older people enjoying the sport and enjoying themselves while helping others doing the same. I love Shred Ahead snowboarding, and I will plug them till the day I die, which could be a week if I get the virus. Doesn't matter. But yeah, Shred Ahead snowboarding. There's nothing like watching guys over 65 try to figure out technology in this modern world and try to relate to people that are used to it. And their passion comes across so hard because of their inability to actually like totally work with it. And I'm not saying they're bad. It's just, you know, they remind me so much of like when YouTube started. You watch it and it's not polished. It's raw. It's real. It is the greatest channel. The greatest channel. Like I fucking don't care. I would love to see those guys have 1 million subscribers because it's just fucking great. Jim and Ted are on the excellent Shred Adventure. Love those guys. Everyone should subscribe to Shred Ahead Snowboarding, regardless if you're a beginner or not. Every now and then, Jim drops a nugget of fucking wisdom, and you're just like, damn, did not see that coming. That guy has had a life. I can tell just by looking at him. Plus those mustaches. Look at their fucking mustaches. I'm jealous. Those mustaches are killer. All right. Shane Isaacs, what's the best bindings for the Arbor Element rocker? Personally, I find with rocker boards, I really actually like a unibody constructed binding on there. So I would say for that board, I would probably put like a Burton Malavita, maybe a K2 formula, but probably more like a K2 lineup. And I would also maybe consider like the Now Times Yes collab binding because it's got that softer high back. I think those are pretty solid choices right there. This is just a PSA from Raul Duke. Big up to Neil Hartman in Japan. That dude, Cardanchi guy, fucking crushes it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is a good question that Anonymous K brings up. How is it trespassing when you go to a closed resort to skin up right now when it's public land? There should be no legal reasons as to why someone can just hike the resort. Because those resorts still have their permit right now. So it's their operational land use permit. So you technically fall under their jurisdiction because they're leasing the land. But when their lease ends, you can go up. But I thought the question that we're previously talking about was closed resorts, like closed resorts, like they're abandoned closed resorts, not like the resorts are obviously closed and people are skinny. I know that in Summit County they lessened up their before it was no uphill access was allowed at any of the resorts. Loveland is now allowing uphill access. Keystone's allowing uphill access. Breckenridge is allowing uphill access. Copper is not, and A Basin is not at this time. So. But, you know, just try to follow jurisdiction. If they do have employees that tell you that you can't do it, don't be rude. They're just doing their job. They're trying to make a paycheck through this right now at the same time. So, yeah. Okay. Anton Svanland, what's the best snowboarding game ever? Honestly, I think it was the Transworld Snowboarding for PlayStation. A lot of people disagree with me, but that had like a career builder, and like you had to build your career. I mean, most people will say like Amped 1, Amped 2, or maybe Cool Boarders 4. Some people might even throw out Mark McMorris's Infinite Air. But I always found Infinite Air was just, it was too easy to just fucking turn it into Cool Boarders 2 and start spinning like 2660 triple cork bloody Draculas and shit like that. I should probably reinstall that and give it another go. There's also a game called Snow in the PlayStation Store. It's $20 right now. It's by a bunch of French guys. You can ski and snowboard on it. The physics of the snowboarding are actually kind of cool because like how you actually steer and how you can control the carve in Fresh POW, that's pretty solid as well. I bought it to test it out, but they still claim it's in beta and it's been like 2 years. Michael Kulik, Averin, looking at getting a pair of dedicated bindings for my 2018 K2 subculture. Thoughts? I would put a K2 formula on there first. I mean, that's actually what that binding was built for, that board. So that would be number one. That would be my first choice. Otherwise, a Now Brigade would probably work with that if you wanted to go to like with Now Skate Tech. If you're looking at Union, I would put an Atlas probably, unless you think that's too stiff. And if you looked at Nitro, I would put a Team on there. Actually, this is what I would put. I would go Formula first, Team second, Brigade third. So there's 3 options for you. Okay, guys, we've been in here an hour. I'm going to answer 3 more questions, and then I'm going to dip out. We'll be back tomorrow with another live stream then. I'm just trying to keep my mental sanity here, but we did go over 140 plus people in here. Maybe we got someone to slide into Vanessa Tracey's DMs at VCard with 3 Ds. She's looking for love, and obviously this is not the right place to do it, but we're trying. Angry Matchmaking. Maybe I need to buy that domain, angrymatchmaking.com. So, yeah. Spencer Thompson. Why would a high back crack? My ride capo high back broke after a month. I was using riding stands with it. Wasn't the chairlift, I'm sure. It probably actually was the chairlift. That's usually what does it, or somebody stepped on it, or you tweaked it in some way, manner, or form, and then you get into the like those are usually the first ones I look at. The other thing is look at the crack, and if you can pull it apart if it's still together, or if it fully snapped, look at it and see if there's any air bubbles in that injection molding. If there's an air bubble in there, that's a stress point that can cause it to break. If that's the case, it is a warranty issue. Reach out to Ride. You could probably still reach out to them and just see if they'll send you a high back, because high backs are really easy to replace. Yeah. Okay. WBX, top end Burton bindings? How different is the X base compared to the Genesis X? Is it worth the price? It's a flex difference. That's really what you're paying for, is how it flexes and the flex on it. It's stiffer. You're basically paying for a more stiffer responsive binding. Is that worth it? That you have to answer that question. Do you need an ultra responsive binding that's stiffer? If not, if you answer no, probably not, a Genesis X would be enough for me, then there you go. That's really it. Benjamin Gov, you review so many boards. Besides the Marhar Lumberjack, what's the go-to board? Actually, my Lumberjack, up until I got that new one from Nate from Marhar as a thank you, my current Lumberjack is unrideable. It survived a house explosion. It needs a full tune, and at this point, it survived a house explosion. Like, literally, the house fucking exploded, and it was the only thing left. So I'm not riding it. But my daily go-to board is a Rome Warden. That's kind of like my park fuck-around board. K2 Cool Bean, but that's slowly been replaced by my Telos Backslash more than anything. So really, the 3 boards I've ridden the most that are mine this year, Rome Warden, Telos Backslash, Endeavor Archetype. And I pretty much killed the Archetype. That thing is getting fully retired. I put a core shot like this long and that wide in it. So it's done. Okay. All right. Anonymous K, when you get snowboard boots and binding, what's the general rule of thumb in terms of flex? Personal preference. Like I ride an ultra stiff boot, and then for years I was riding like the second lowest end binding from K2. Now I ride the highest end binding from Rome, but it's not crazy stiff. It's like right where it needs to be, and it's responsive. But it's all very much a personal preference type of thing, and you want to make sure that it matches up to your personal preference and how you do everything. Okay. Brandon Adkins with a good PSA. Everybody needs to add Vanessa on Instagram. Probably. Then slide into her DMs. Don't be creepy, guys. Don't take this to a weird level. We're having fun with it here. I know someone out there is probably going to take it to a weird level. But yeah. Any of you guys, you're bored, she's bored, it's quarantine time, slide into her DMs. It's at VCard with 3 Ds. Okay. This will be the final question from you guys for the day. It comes from MPix00. Why do you love your black labels? It's the way that they respond. There's a level of response under that foot and how it flexes laterally, as well as how it drives from the high back into the toe ramp. So when I'm going toe to heel or if I'm going into a press, it's a binding that I like a high back that has no forward lean on it. And when I push into it, it's responsive if I'm pushing into it. But if I'm riding and because I don't ride with forward lean. My boots have so much, so there's like this gap in there. So if when I do push back and I hit it and I need that response, then it engages. So it's almost like having a little added turbo when I'm on my heel edge, just pushing into it. But otherwise, if I'm just like fucking around, I can push back. I'll hit the high back, but it doesn't like overly engage. And that's kind of it. I also like the way the straps really fit. That toe strap is fucking phenomenal in there. And they actually turned the heel strap for 2021. They made the heel strap out of the same material as the toe strap. So I've got a set of the new 2021s. I was going to review them. Obviously, we're waiting till resorts hopefully reopen. We're staying optimistic about this. And yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, guys, thanks again for tuning in. If you want to buy stickers, you can buy them on angrysnowboarderstore.com. If you're looking for backcountry equipment and you want to support a local store, Gravity with 2 E's. No Y, 2Es.com. They are shipping out right now. I know Dylan is in the store. He is disinfecting everything before he ships it. So got that going on. If anyone is worried about that, if you are going in the backcountry, please have a plan. Please understand how to use your equipment. Please, I know we're supposed to be in social isolation, but please have a partner with you. So if something happens, make sure you have your plan. Make sure you stick to terrain you're comfortable with. Understand avalanche snowpack, understand how to dig a snow pit, all that fun stuff. If you haven't, check out the Cockerel Gang review. You can go shit on it in the comments because I shit on the company in the review that came out. There will be a top 5 later tonight. Tomorrow there will be another top 5 as well as a live stream. And Friday I'm trying to do a very special top 5 for you guys. And we're going to go from there. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks again for super chatting. Thanks again for all the support. If you really want to support us, if you got the money, because right now I know we're in uncertain economic times, check out Angry Snowboarder VIP. Could tell you more. Shout out to my 3 moderators, Bottled and Cork, Alan Russell, and Kevin Hubb. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.